good afternoon. Happy New Year to our listeners.
Hey,
Welcome
everybody.
to Rita, my co-host, the amazing Rita. So last year, I decided to set up a little side project, which is called the ADHD Reframe Project. And Rita and I, or it was Rita's idea, decided that we would rebrand the different podcast into the ADHD Reframe podcast. So today we're just going to record a little intro to a few changes that we've made, do a little bit of a catch up, how have we both been, what have we been up to. Yeah, and then we've got some guest speakers coming on in the next few weeks, which I'm excited about. So Rita, how are you, my darling? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. I'm okay, I guess. It's a new year. We're kind of just going into it being optimistic, I suppose. I don't really have any. What do you call those things again?
New
That you
Year's
make
resolutions.
New Year's resolutions, because I find them pointless, to be fair. I feel as if by the time it gets to week 2, I've forgotten about it anyway, so I don't have any. But optimistic about this year. I really just want to get going and see how it goes. I'm happy about this project, the ADHD Reframe project, because I just feel like there's a lot more substance, there's a lot more things we could cover and could be covering. So it's going to be a great year ahead. Yeah, happy
Yeah.
to be here. What about you? How?
Yeah, amazing. I mean, I'm really happy that we've obviously we're going to be doing the ADHD Refrained project, and yeah, I think I'm getting tongue tied. I know we haven't recorded for a while now together, and I know that we've taken down a couple of the episodes that we did that were the different podcasts because we wanted to do things slightly differently, or we're going to do, we're going to have different processes for different things. But my brain has just decided to have a brain fart.
It happens. It happens. But yeah,
Regularly.
it does. Especially when it's in the afternoon and you're just like, yeah, it's between the hours of 2 and 4 and you kind of need a nap, but you've got to push on.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
apparently you're growing up now and nobody naps.
Am I
Which is a
really grown up?
scam, I have to
Yeah.
say.
I know, but I mean, Christmas Day I was turned 50, and I've been saying to
Oh yeah,
everyone,
she
I
did.
literally do not, I don't know what I
Half
want
a
to be.
century's
Yeah,
gone.
50 whole years of me and my chaotic, crazy humour. And yeah, it's like I said to my daughter and I said to my partner, I don't know, I still don't really know what I want to be when I grow up. And both of them said exactly the same back. You're never going to grow up, ever. And I'm like,
You
yeah,
don't
but
need
that's the
to.
joy. Exactly. That's the
You've
joy.
got to keep a little bit of whimsy, as I
So
say. You have to keep a little bit of whimsy about you. Yeah, because she's talking about her favorite subject.
the idea came to me at one of my midnight brain waves when my brain was just, thinking about how can we get the ADHD message out there more? How can we just reach more people and support them and build a community of strong ADHD adults? And it just came to, I think it was the webinar that we did within our university, not my university. It made me kind of see that there's more that we can do together. And because I thoroughly enjoyed it, it just came into my head and I'm like, why am I looking for a job? Why am I looking to try and fit into the employment or corporate or business mold when I don't fit that mold? I don't really kind of fit in any it's not that I don't fit in anywhere in a negative thing. It's just that I've got quite a unique personality, and I'm fun and I like to inject humor, and I like to just, like, I don't know about anyone else, but just listening to monotone people talking or trying to tell you, what is ADHD, how can you reframe it, how can you this, how can you that. I swear to God, like my brain just switches off if something's boring. And then a lot of last year was about focusing on strengths, my strengths personally. And then I've spoken to quite a few of my friends throughout last year, and they've started seeing themselves in a different way. So focusing on the positives rather than like the challenges. Yes, I still have challenges, but it just made me see that there's more empowering awareness that you can build if you focus on kind of what are the things that we have to offer, what are the things that we do really well, and nurturing them rather than just thinking, oh well, I'm time blind, executive functioning, I'm always late, I'm very chaotic, I'm very this, I'm very that. And just kind of decided that it would be really nice. Like my tagline is reframing ADHD from deficit to difference, but it's kind of, yeah, the project hopefully will naturally grow into something that could really help a lot of other people. What do
Yeah.
you think?
I agree. I agree. And I think you've just found your niche, you found your corner, you found the thing that drives you. And corporate doesn't necessarily offer that to you. So why not go after what you want to do in your own way? And you get to build your connections and your platforms in the way that you want to. Because people with ADHD do thrive when they are more in control of what they're doing anyway. I think it's a great thing. I'm supportive of it, and yeah.
I
It's a
know.
new project. It's a refrain project. That's why we're here.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And we will talk about other things. We won't maybe always talk about ADHD,
Yes, we will.
but we mostly will talk about ADHD because I'm obsessed with it. But I think, um, we can talk about, I don't know, maybe trauma. We can talk about, mental health and stuff. But yeah, the majority of what we will talk about will be all about ADHD. It's weird because I was thinking like last year I was like, right, I'm a neuro inclusion advocate. And then I'm like, it got to kind of October, I think, or no, October, November last year. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm an ADHD advocate. Like I talk about ADHD all the time. I don't.
That's your thing, yeah.
So why am I saying that I am a neuro inclusion advocate,
Mm.
but I specialize in ADHD.
He
So
was doing corporate speak.
yeah, exactly. So, yeah, it's just a bit because I do think that, a lot of people talk about ADHD and, you've got your people that have got huge followings and it's just sometimes I think it's a little bit, I think my
Sometimes
personality and my
being the
sense of
objective for
humor.
it.
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah, but it's only when we start talking that we go all funny and silly and start laughing at each other. It's just, yeah, I suppose it's just the beauty of the friendship, isn't it? It's how well we've connected and all that jazz. But yeah, so is there anything in particular you're excited about us doing this year? Have you got any hopes and dreams? Have you?
Sleep.
Okay, I'll just record an episode of the podcast while you're asleep, shall I?
No, I'd rather you don't because it might be one of the days that I snore and that would be absolutely terrible. I don't, like I said, I started this year without any plans or whatnot. I've spent a lot of time just making plans. I love to make lots of plans, color code, and then somehow get bored of them.
Yeah,
And this is kind of my so what year, but I also need to really relax because thanks the long burnout a lot last year, and
yeah.
I don't want to do that anymore this year. So I don't really have any concrete plans. I'm just here to vibe.
Is that difficult for you to say? You don't have any concrete plans?
It is very difficult for me to say I don't have any concrete plans, but I genuinely don't have any concrete plans. And I'm seeing where the year takes me, but I have a lot of hope. And yeah,
Yeah.
I suppose it's one of those things. Just, I need a break too.
Yeah, of course.
So
And I think
it's with my break
self-care
here.
self-care and rest and
Yeah,
relaxation is definitely needed, and some putting your needs first as well.
it
That's that
really
real
is.
deep self-compassion.
It is. I think I'm coming off the years of just mum mode, like,
Yeah.
but autopilot mum mode. And I suppose it's the year for me and finding out who I am and the things that I actually like and want to do. And just my actual interest and get back into things and allow myself to be creative and
Yeah.
that's it.
That's amazing. You should be proud of yourself. Not having a plan, I can imagine that for the autistic part of you is like almost like
Oh,
cringing.
she's going crazy. She's going crazy. She's speaking to me like, when you're watching like an American drama and like, have you watched Scandal? Have you watched Scandal?
No.
Okay, you and I need to start watching Scandal because you will love it.
Okay.
But essentially, I think I'll just tell some of the viewers might know. There's a lady called Olivia Pope, and her dad does the best monologues. But he sits down and not reads her to full, but he sort of like to da 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 da. Oh, I'm trying to think of a good show that will have it. Have you watched Peaky Blinders?
Yes?
Okay, so when they've been like messing up, and then Tommy's kind of like giving them a good talking to.
Yep.
Yeah, and he's there and he's not really happy about it. Da, 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 da. That's what my thing is like, basically.
Oh,
That's like, oh, it's someone knocked on my door. That's what she's like. She's like, you're supposed to be doing da, 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 da," and it's just been like, hey, the world isn't gonna fall apart. I'm not gonna die.
exactly.
I need some silence, that kind of thing.
So I can imagine that that can be quite challenging if you've got that kind of voice inside your head almost that's saying
With the
like,
control, like you need to
yeah,
do this right now.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
it
think
is.
it,
It can be. It can be. And that's something that I'm trying to unlearn that this sense of urgency and doom, but I don't necessarily always have to meet it because the problem is the ADHD kicks in where I see something and I'm like, unless there's like a real deadline, I'm not doing it. But then autism side is like, it needs to be done. Da, da, da. And they clash a lot, but then that leaves me in like functional freeze because I can't move or do anything. So I'm trying to like get out of that space. And you can only really do that with rest, purposefully rest. So that's what this year is about, essentially.
well, you should be proud of yourself for starting the journey. I'm proud of you for doing that because I know it's not always easy to kind of change how we are.
No,
So yeah, I'm super proud of you, and I will be
thank you.
celebrating you. And I can't remember, think of what the word is. Oh, I don't know. Not
Hearts.
saluting you. Be like a your little cheerleader that's cheering you on from the sidelines and telling you you need to stop and sit down and relax and you know don't.
Aw.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a cheerleader.
I want pom poms. Make them,
Okay.
uh,
What
but
colour
pink
pom
ones though.
poms? Pink pom pom. I can't even say it.
Yeah.
Pink
Pink
pom
and
poms.
silver, so sparkly.
Okay, I'm gonna have to do an avatar now, and I'm gonna get some pink and silver pom poms and send them to you and say, "Have you been sitting down and relaxing today? Have you
And
been
I'm gonna be
looking after
like,
yourself?"
yes.
So yeah,
Isn't it so weird when it goes off? I'm like,
yeah, you
who's
never
that?
answer it, but yeah. So things for the project and for the podcast are gonna for the podcast gonna look a little bit different. So once a month it is gonna be me and you, Rita, and we're gonna maybe record a longer episode. Or we'll just record whatever you want to talk about because I'm handing them reins over to you and we can talk about the topics that you choose. And then hopefully I'm going to have a guest every week. So I've got a guest for this week and next week. And then I'm going to try and do for the other 3 or 4 weeks of each month, I'll try and do have a guest on the weeks that we're not recording together. So yeah, that's how the podcast is going to look. If you want to be a
So,
guest on our podcast, then please reach out and contact us in the comments on Spotify, or I can post the email address in the comments. But the ADHD Reframe Project, I'm planning on doing some webinars offering some advocacy and some support for people with ADHD. The project does have a website. It's called the ADHD Reframe Project.
yes.
You can get and look at it through Google. Again, I can post the link to the website as well. We would love for as many people as we can find to get involved.
Yes.
I am looking for either a sponsor or an investor who may be willing to or invest a small amount of money into the project so I can get things up and running. But we will keep our listeners up to date as the year goes by. But yeah, so the next time you the next oh my god, the next episode I'm joined by our first guest, so yeah, watch out for that. And then I'm not sure when me and Rita are going to record again together, but it will be soon. So yeah, thank you. This is just a quick update on where we're at and what we've been up to. And yeah, we look forward to having you all listening in the future.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you.
Goodbye now.